Welcome to the Gear Slum, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I'm Aaron. I'm Phil.
And I'm Cole.
Got him!
Slum. 6:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
We slum it hard so you don't have to.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
6:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
I like that, Cole. I like that you've just settled to using
Assimilated
our time zone.
Pacific time, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you don't even
Part of it.
You don't even mention it anymore.
I basically choose whichever one suits my needs better. So if the
Right.
if the goal is to make it sound
Sounds better.
early, then 6:30 sounds better than 7:30.
It's one less. It's one earlier.
Oh man, Fuzzmonger got a cable in his secret stocking. Okay, should we talk about our secret stockings?
So that was like as far as I know, there are 3 variants of the pack that we both got.
3 variants of the not that great
the
package.
cheapest pack, the one.
Yeah, so they all came with like
Premier Guitar calls it the moneymaker, I think.
They all came with that same strap. They all came with like a sampling of strings and picks, but then some of them came with the little wingman foot knob. Some came with a string winder, and some came with a cable.
Wow, the string winder I got is. I actually have a string winder that I really like because it has a little cable cutter on it. But this string winder has got to be like 20 cents.
Oh,
So
really?
the fact that somebody got it's the absolute cheapest.
But I think it. Did you? How many
What does
sets
that
of strings
say?
did you get?
2.
Okay, I think the cable people only got maybe 1 set of strings.
Yeah.
They also
Cole,
Yeah, I got an electric
got
and an
a-
acoustic set.
cable and a little patch cable with the square plugs. I think.
Cole, the fact that you're saying it's like a 20-cent. It looks like it's worth 20 cents. The cable winder or the string winder. What does that say about the quality of that cable?
It's probably not
The
very
rope,
high quality.
rope winder.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
string and nut rope winder.
I forget what brand they said it. Excuse me. Was
The cable?
yeah. Someone
Fuzzmonger said it was BTPA, but I think that's just the kind of plastic, maybe? I don't know.
No, BTPA is like a OEM cable, not OEM. That's not what I'm looking for, is it? Or
But
is
it's
it?
like
I love that band. REM,
BTPA OEM.
so good.
Oh.
Anyway, BTPA like manufactures cables for other people. So I guess that's the opposite of OEM.
Yeah, like
They're like a vendor that a lot of people use.
Yeah.
But I think they do sell their own branded things as well. Like I believe that so basically we got a box. People got Gear Supply stuff because these clear tone strings were Gear Supply strings. They used BTPA cables too, I'm pretty sure. This is the word on the street at least that people have been saying. So
apparently, which is kind of miraculous because was it on Monday? So on Monday, they open up the orders. They sell out in a matter of seconds. And I think it's on the order of hundreds of them. Maybe not.
I think there's like 1,500 or something and it's a pretty large amount.
And I got, and a lot of us got them on Friday.
Did we mention that we're talking about the Premier Guitar Mystery Stocking yet?
And
I think we just
Said
started
the stockings.
Yeah.
And so, that's the big difference between them and Gear Supply, I guess, is that we paid our money and then the things that we purchased came.
Yeah.
Like, I think ordering from Gear Supply is a bigger gamble than ordering from the secret stocking.
Had been, yes.
Because you're going to get something. Yeah, well, now it's especially a bigger gamble because I don't even think it's possible.
Right.
I don't know if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and some people actually get like really good stuff.
I'll tell you the best.
No one that I know, but
I'll tell you the best
the
thing I
update?
got was a Boss pick It just says Boss on it.
Is it that like orange color?
No, it's red.
looks
It's
pink.
Oh, dude.
It's 50 millimeter, which I've actually been. I always
50
play.
millimeter.
It's ridiculous. It's tall. It's
insane.
thicker. It's thicker than it is like big around. You know.
That's so small. 50 millimeters, yeah.
Yeah,
like-
it's like 2 inches thick.
It's like, well,
It's almost exactly
Yeah.
2 inches thick. So, I normally play the Dunlop. No, what are they called? Prime tone. Is that what they're called? They're kind of brown. I think they're meant to kind of. They make them look like tortoiseshell, probably.
no, I think they're supposed to be like their like boutique kind of thing.
Yeah, Which
They're meant to compete with like V-Pix and what's the other one? Gravity.
Yeah, but I like them a lot. They're like beveled and stuff, and the ones I use are the 1 millimeter. But sometimes for just strumming stuff, especially on an acoustic, or if I'm playing electric, like through an acoustic sim type of thing, I always use that same pick, and I've been considering lately using some thinner picks. So this Boss 0.5 millimeter pick is perfect for that, and it just says Boss on it, which
That's really thin. I got a
hard to
Boss
beat
one before that was cool. I got a Boss one this time that's a 0.6 millimeter.
yeah,
And it's this really cool like orange cream color. I will probably never use it because I actually probably use thicker picks when I'm strumming than I do.
I don't like
Like,
the way
it affects me
cream-colored
more.
picks affect my tone.
makes it too creamy. It makes it kind of like milky, like it's kind of washed out, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what? I like that. Okay.
Okay.
A key. They're basically the same picks. I mean, this material, and it just kind of has like this white, like I don't know, dusting on it. Essentially,
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like that Del Rin stuff. It feels
yeah,
like.
basically.
Did you get a Tusk pick?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Did you already say that?
No, I just
No.
watched both of your videos.
It's like, how did you know?
And you said it in such a like dismissive way, like, yeah, everybody knows that. You dummy. Of course,
Well,
he
I
knows.
did my homework and watched both of your videos.
It's pretty
'cause I
cool.
knew-
It's like
Is
mine's
it
like
made
a point.
of the same stuff?
It's made from Tusk.
No, it's
That's
not.
interesting.
Yes, it is, Phil.
That's illegal.
It's not made from Tusk. It's made from Tusk.
Tuskew. I think they pronounce
the
it
Q.
Tuskew.
Tuskew.
Hey, dude,
Tuskew,
Tuskew, all right?
You know what? Tuskew. Tuskew, ladies and
Guys,
gentlemen.
you guys are being a couple of Delrins.
Oh, why?
Tuskew, mother Tusker.
You can
Whoa.
tell. Okay, here.
Wow.
Here's a live demo. I don't know if you can hear this. Could you hear
Penny.
that?
That was a penny.
I like that. Do it to all the picks that you have.
That was a Tusk pick. Okay, here's
Okay.
a Boss 0.5 millimeter. Oh yeah, you can tell. It's oozing with quality. Here's the Tusk again. That's
Wow.
kinda, I mean, it's
Wait, do some more picks.
That is surprisingly high pitched.
I know, honestly.
It sounds
What are
like
you dropping
glass.
it onto you?
They're meant. It's meant just my desk here. It's a Venetian wood. It's just crappy.
Well, it's a 0.88, right? Which is like a pretty standard thickness, but it's like feels way stiffer than
Yeah.
like one of the nylon 8/8s.
I mean, the Tusk material is meant to. I don't know that they're trying to. I mean, obviously, in the name, they're trying to approximate ivory or bone or whatever. But I don't know.
yeah,
If,
that's what it says in the marketing too. But
yeah, but like, I don't know that they actually do that. Okay, you guys have to guess what some of these picks are.
well, this is
Luckily-
my ivory pick. I'm just going to scratch the mic with them. And, okay, go ahead.
Oh, don't do that.
Drop a pick, and I'll try to guess what it is. It's good that one of us has a game. I like that.
Drop that pick.
Drop the pick.
Here's one.
That is a Dunlop Prime Tone.
No, that's a Dunlop 500. I think that's 2 millimeters thick though.
Oh, that is thick.
Thick. Okay.
I have a gravity pick that's a 3 millimeter.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's thick.
that's a thick pick.
That is a thick pick.
Thick pick.
Okay.
Thick
Here's
pick.
another one.
Thick pick. Thick pick.
Shut the tusk up.
Get the tusk
That's
out
a
of here.
sharp. That's a pointy Tortex 1.5 millimeter.
I'm gonna guess pointy Tortex 1.5 millimeter.
Oh, you're right. I must have been
yeah.
roboting, so you didn't hear me.
dang. Oh, did you say that already? That's a something metallic or metal.
It's a Metallica pick. Hold on, 2 seconds. I have to get more picks. It's probably not worth it, but
It's not worth it.
I keep my good picks in a second location.
Secondary. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta hide them.
Okay, that last one. Any guesses on what it was?
Something metal.
Yeah, it was a finger pick, like for
Oh.
freaking banjo and crap.
It sounded like it was huge.
Yeah, it's like the kind that wraps around the end of your finger, you know.
No, it sounded like it was like at least the size of like a whammy bar.
Yeah, he's talking about like the mass.
Yes, it sounded massive.
Oh,
Weight, and as we know, that's weight times
Wait, it's
Height.
wait, don't tell me
keep going.
mass.
length times height times. No.
That's
No,
volume.
that's girth. You're thinking of girth or volume. What do you
Isn't
think the difference
volume the
between
same
mass and weight is, Phil?
Oh, I know this
Well-
one.
Isn't the difference volume and mass would be similar?
No.
Right?
Could
I mean, they're
not
measuring
at all.
similar things.
They are not at all.
No, not in the slightest.
'Cause volume is just
measuring,
like the amount filling a container or whatever.
You're
but then
thinking
it
of
doesn't
matter.
necessarily
You're thinking
have
of
the
matter, not mass.
it's measuring
weight.
how much space something takes up.
right, and it could be super heavy or
And
super
three-
light.
Volume is all about displacement. Mass is not about that.
Because
Yes.
something could be very small but very heavy.
Exactly.
That's true. But something could also be very large and have very little mass.
Right. Like
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
I was
So
gonna
they're
say
not.
something.
They're
Mass-
not the same.
Mass is a
I-
very basic weight.
I decided-
Weight you usually don't use weight in the way that you think you are. Weight is actually a measure of force.
Yeah. Weight is
mass.
dependent on gravity, and mass.
Mass
is
is a measure of mass. So on the moon, you would weigh a different amount, but your mass would be the same.
Yeah, it's like Catholics. They all have the
force-
same mass.
And the difference
week.
is acceleration, obviously.
Wait.
Because force equals
Catholics-
mass times acceleration.
Okay, but Aaron, tell me more about the mass on the moon and Catholics.
Do you believe they put a mass on the moon?
The moon mass.
That's our second REM reference, Phil.
They put a mass on the moon.
Mass on the moon.
Hey, shut up, massholes. Shut the
Okay.
tusk up, you massholes.
Here's another one.
That was a gravity pick. 2 millimeter. Dang.
No, that's
They
a
all
big-
sound the same.
It's a big triangle. That's a prime tone. One of the big triangle prime
Oh,
tones.
okay.
It's like 1.4 millimeters.
Wait, is it like the sharp tip one?
Not
me that
tiny
sharp
but
tip.
pointed, but not super pointed.
Okay.
Okay, here's the last one. The second.
Oh, I
last
see.
one.
So it's not the ones. I know. I like those ones. That was something nylon or Delrin. It's a Delrin style pick. It's a Jazz 3.
That was a gravity pick.
Son of a bee.
In fact, it was a JHS branded gravity pick, which don't even. I guess you still get them when you buy their pedals. Is that how it works?
I think you may. They may not anymore. But I don't know. I haven't bought a new JHS pedal in a while.
Nor have I.
Although I think I'm trying to remember if I got one when I bought the spring tank, but I bought it used. So
I
that
bought the
wouldn't really
spring
help.
tank used. What did I get? Oh, the Emperor. Is that what the purple one was?
That's
When
the
it was
one that I was thinking
when
of.
it was
yeah.
$99.
Yeah.
All these gravity picks. Here's a creation gravity pick.
But here's the thing: when I got the Emperor, it did have one in it, but that pedal's also was discontinued. So I wonder if they were like pre-packed.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean that they still do. I know they don't give them out at NAMM anymore, or they didn't last
I'm
year.
sure it makes more sense. Like, if somebody's giving you money for something, it's very different than just putting a bowl of, like, I mean, I don't know what their cost is on those gravity picks, but it's got to be, like, maybe $1 or more.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's, so that's, and granted, the cost of a NAMM booth is a lot, but when it's, like, just idiots like us who kind of have no interest in JHS pedals but just want to steal a handful of picks, then
although that is one of the times where like Gravity probably gets a lot out of that deal too.
Probably so, and I would think like you would hope that Gravity would sort of go in on it with them or whatever.
Yeah, because JHS is I think a much more, at least from my understanding, a more well-known name than Gravity.
They're at least in the same, like, they're at least as well known. I would think they're more well known, and so and it gets a lot of buzz. Like, oh, have you been to the JHS booth? They have free Gravity picks. Oh, what's that you say? Gravity picks? Are those supposed to be any good? Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, JHS has them.
Yeah, dummy.
Yeah, you freaking
Why didn't
idiot.
you know that?
What kind of moron are you?
This hypothetical person is pretty aggressive.
But here's the problem. I imagine there's probably some people who go there and just like try to grab a handful of them.
I can't imagine such a
They don't
scenario.
respect the sanctity of the pick bowl.
What kind of insensitive?
What kind of incel would do that?
What kind of incestuous... Okay, here's the last one.
That one sounds gross.
Question.
I don't like it.
Oh, no, that's a bad question. Never mind. That is a Jazz 3.
It kind of is. It's a Gravity pick that's 3 millimeters thick, and it's kind of in that shape of a Jazz pick.
Boom. Nailed it.
In
Is
a
it
certain
orange?
sense.
Is it
So
orange?
let's go back. None of them sound like that Tusk.
No, that's insane.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy.
How is it so high pitched?
I don't know. It's just... I don't know anything about pitches.
I know that pitches get stitches.
You didn't play baseball when you didn't play baseball when you were a kid? You didn't play baseball when you were a kid?
Baseball.
You didn't play
I play
baseball when you were a
baseball.
kid?
That's how they say it in French. Baseball. So, guys, speaking of ropes, I need to order a new Sinasoid rope, and so I want your guys' opinions on how I'm going to handle this.
Sinasoid, Pro Audio Couture, sponsors of the Gear Slum.
Exactly.
Treat yourself.
Before you beat yourself. That's take that out. I don't think they want to be associated with that.
Treat yourself
fine with
before
that.
you
Sometimes
beat
when-
yourself
Fine with-
up over having crappy cables.
Sometimes when you're when you're just
Sometimes when
shooting
you're
from
in the
hip.
moment, you just can't stop. You're too far to go back, and you just have to treat yourself.
I don't think that they would say...
You're
I don't
past the
think
point
that-
of no return, as they say.
I don't think the gentleman of Sinasoid would say that they don't want to be associated with buying their pedals and then pleasuring yourself. I think they'd be fine with that.
I don't think they sell pedals.
Damn.
Classic idiot gap. Shut up. Just kidding. I say that all the time, so I'm glad someone else finally did.
Uh-oh. It's early in the show for Phil to get as belligerent idiot.
Yeah, but you know what? It's because you guys were being all hostile with me before we started
I was
recording,
not.
So, I was very much
Yes,
so.
that's
Phil,
true.
You Cole, you were
Phil
being
has
actively hostile.
Phil has the hair of a virile young stud.
Yeah, it's unfair that of the three of us, Phil has the youngest head of hair,
And yet he has the computer habits
despite
and
being 2
knowledge
decades older than us.
of an 80-year-old man.
habits. Wait, of how old? How old?
80 years old.
80?
Yeah.
I'm not 80.
Let me give you a parallel story. The other day, we were at my wife's grandmother's house because we had dinner over there, and she's retired. She's a retired teacher, but she was subbing for a 6th grade class,
Uh-oh.
and she wants to show them a video.
Oh, no.
So she asked my wife to show her like how to do it on the laptop because she can't figure it out. And she's like, I'm not going to show you because tomorrow you're not going to remember, first of all.
Yeah.
And also you're going to be on a different computer, so it's not going to be the same.
Yes.
So
See,
she
and
would
I'm not that bad.
She would not let her show it. Then it turned out it was not even the right video to begin with. She wanted to show them.
The thought of
not that
somebody
bad.
not knowing how to play a video on their computer just boggles my mind because I spent the majority of my young teen years exclusively figuring out how to play videos on my computer.
Yeah, and you still do.
It was more my phone, but yes, the point stands. Okay, so here's my dilemma. First of all, I need to try.
Dilemma.
I've worked hard at helping my parents become somewhat autonomous when it comes to computers, not needing my assistance as much.
Yeah,
and it's paid off. And now I feel like,
and now you need to treat yourself with a nice cable.
I need to treat myself, and then I need to.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep.
I feel like this is going to have something to do with the Helix HX Stomp.
HX Stomp. Stomp into a good tone.
Your cable query.
Stomp into a Slim Jim. So the HX Stomp has balanced outputs. But they're 1/4 inch TRS. So the question is, do I and like a lot of the places where I'll want to plug in will have XLR jacks. I'm a working muso, and so I I go to a lot of clubs, a lot of auditoria, a lot of stadia. Or I don't know if either of those are pluralized correctly, but I'm gonna hope that they are.
Probably in like an etymological sense, yes, but in like a practical sense, no.
Yeah.
But anyway,
nobody's saying yeah.
Yeah, no one's like come to the gymnasia. I've been to so many gymnasia in my day.
Well, no one's gonna say come to the gymnasia because you'd be like, well, which one? Like we can't go to more than one at a time.
Not at a time, in a row, douchebag.
Oh, it's like a
come to the
it's
gymnasia
like a pub,
courtryard.
It's like a pub crawl, but for gymnasia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gymnasia crawl.
And instead of drinking, you like play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or
sounds like a great time.
Badminton. So I have a couple options here. I can get just like a long, like 20 foot or 25 foot cable that has a 1/4 inch connector on one end and an XLR on the other end. I can get like a short, 3 foot cable. That's
like a dongle.
TRS. Yeah, like a dongle. Get a dongle. Short, like 3 feet short. And then just use a normal mic cable to connect from there to wherever I'm plugging in. Or I can get like a panel mount XLR jack, run the 1/4 inch cable down underneath my board, and then like hardwire it into some XLR connector that's mounted on my board. And then I can just jack in.
Oh.
I would say to go with the second option. Unless you think you're going to have this thing forever or a long time, and then I would do the third option.
That's a good... I mean, if I did a panel mount connector, it would be very sort of standard. And so if I wanted to swap it out for a 1/4 inch, I could.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But I think the point is well taken that, I'm a little bit offended that you think, like, I bought this with the intent of keeping it for a long time, and I
Yes. I realize that.
I don't see any reason that you would think that I wouldn't keep it for a long time.
I believe that you don't.
Okay. Well, Phil, what do you think? Do you think I'll keep this as long as you've kept your iMac? Which is since 2009.
Since the dawn of man.
No.
Since
I think you will keep it longer than you keep like a lot of things that you buy to try out, though.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
I think you're less likely to get bored with it. I think it's more useful for what you do.
I mean, honestly, when you look at, like, I've had that what's the Palmer Pocket Amp? I bought that, and I've had that for about a year. And I really
now
like
you can
it.
trash that piece of junk.
That's kind of the main reason I wanted a Stomp, was for the amp and cab sim. And, you know, I'd rather have a $600 pedal than a $100 pedal, and so it made sense.
Well, and you also can, like, throw in some new modulation stuff.
Exactly. No, so it's like,
to work
so
with your
it'll
Mobius.
serve, like, it's the type of pedal that would be a pain to get rid of potentially, just because it will become sort of an integral part of just like all my amp sounds.
Because it solves like functional, not problems, but it does things that you need to do functionally, but it also has like fun elements built into it.
And that I've like shown with keeping that pocket amp that I, you know, am
so I say
to.
6 months. Just kidding.
It's a little hurtful. Okay, Phil, where do you weigh in on the three? Do you remember the three options when I gave them 20 minutes ago?
No. Okay. An iMac from 2009.
Oh, how was life back then? Kobe Bryant is still.
I'm listening to you talk
king of the
through
NBA.
an iMac 2009, so I can't really hear you too well.
A lot of latency. I mean, it is. We were saying this before. It is a testament to like the quality of Apple's hardware that computer is even still functioning in any form.
Yeah,
like
still crazy after all these.
Okay, so should I get a really long, like a long XLR to TRS cable that will just connect to whatever, like the mixing console? Should I get a short dongle and then just use a normal mic cable, or should I mount an XLR jack in my board and connect it to that?
I think. Well, okay. So
I ask you separately too, because I know that you are not reluctant to modify your board.
Yeah, but the board modification that I made on my Squatch board was something that was like kind of universally
Wait,
useful.
what did you do to it?
I drilled out one of the holes and mounted
reamed it out.
Okay. Well, I used a drill, so I didn't use a ream bit. So
you used it. What kind of bit did you use? Like a hole saw?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Still,
I really don't care how you did it. I just want to know what the end result was. So you guys can shut the tusk up about your drill bits.
So I put one of those.
Aaron's been kind of Delrin today.
Also, if you're a comedian and you talk about drills, you could have a drill bit. This is my drill bit.
Hilarious, Aaron.
Also, if you're Owen Wilson, you have a drill bit, Taylor, that you did. You were a drill bit for a while.
Thanks. That's good. So I mounted one of those jacks that you can plug.
Drill bit!
That you can plug a extension cord into.
So it's like an IEC. Oh, it's an actual like normal like wall plug. It's not like an IEC 13 or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
So you don't have to get so it's just an actual extension cord.
Yeah, it's not a So that is
so Cole.
Mounted,
let me ask you this:
it's drilled out and mounted flush onto the side of the board, and then underneath,
and it has a switch, or no?
No, there's no switch. Okay. But underneath, there's two like female extension cord plugs.
Yeah, it's like a little splitter because you have unique power needs,
right?
Because you have like your acoustic or your vocal harmonizer and all the other nonsense.
What? There was a reason why I did it.
I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying, like,
I know. I'm not remembering what the reason was when I first did it, but now I'm using it for something different. And the thing that I did has been kind of applicable to multiple
scenarios.
different.
Cole, I
different
have an
scenarios.
idea for you though.
So,
Phil's talking, Aaron.
I say
I
that
know.
because out of your 3 options, I would, if I were going with those 3 options, I would do the thing that is either least intrusive or most universally useful for future applications. Because let's face it, the thing that you're going to do with this might not be the thing that you do for the rest of your life with your board and rig, right?
I don't know why you and Aaron both.
Would you listen to me?
circle.
Because I have the solution to both of these issues, and you're tuning me out.
Aaron, shut up for a second. We're talking over here.
Son of a bitch! Just listen to me.
Okay, Aaron.
You
what do you think about it?
install combo jacks,
What are you yelling about?
an XLR and 1/4-inch combo jack.
But
That it's
usually
universal.
Those they don't make a combo jack
I know.
that
To
is
mount on the board?
Yes, Phil.
No, don't do that.
Why?
Because
XLR
Tell me-
combo
give me
jacks
one good
are
reason why.
A very
female.
specific use.
XLR combo jacks are for female jacks, and
Yeah,
we're
those are for
talking about
females,
a
Aaron.
Male XLR.
What?
They only really make combo jacks that are for female XLR jacks.
That is absolutely not true.
Well, I mean,
Everyone
you're
I've
probably
seen
right.
has been for male.
You might not be thinking male is what you think it is.
Male's the ones with the 3 prongs inside.
Uh,
It's recessed male.
no, the combo jacks that you've seen are female because
They
have-
are female, but they take male, is what I'm saying, which is what you
Exactly.
would need. That's what you would want, isn't it? Oh, no.
No,
you're right.
you want a male.
Son of a gun.
I don't want a female, Aaron. I've
Aaron,
made
like
that
I said.
clear through the course of this podcast.
That is
But-
weird. Why is that?
But it's a valid. But I mean, the point is well taken. There is a more sort of universal solution, and they may make combo jacks that are. Let's see.
well, I don't know how they would.
I mean,
honest, now that I think
they're
about
already kind of. I don't know. Combo XLR jack male.
It doesn't really make sense because you would have to, like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work.
Yeah. So, but here's a panel mount female. Here's a panel mount combo jack. I mean, $1.72. It's not bad. Oh, it isn't panel mount though. It's a PCB mount.
But you're right, though. If you do that, like, it wouldn't take that much work to, like, retrofit it to take 1/4-inch.
But then you're talking
instead.
about having another. Yeah. Like if I did some kind of panel mount thing, then I could, and I wanted to make it 1/4-inch in the future, it'd be pretty straightforward. And if I did it in a clean way, it would look nice. But there's a high probability that I would also screw it up, and it would be hard to like fix. I don't exactly have the right tools. I have like a router bit that I can use with my Dremel, but it's not.
But how much do you need? Because I don't think you need to drill. You don't need to, like, cut out the whole square or rectangle. You just need to drill the 2, like, circular
Yeah, that's
holes
true.
and
I
then
just
put
need
the
like
plate
a big drill
to
bit,
cover it.
big old drill bit Taylor.
As long as you place them in the right place, and then it's like, doesn't even have to be super clean because it's going to be covered. I mean, you want it to be clean.
So I think I'm going to get a short dongle for the time being, and then we'll go from
Yes.
there. But part of it, and I guess I could just leave the dongle on all the time. The stomp will be at the front of my board, and then the Mobius will be right behind it. And so I don't want to have to be like, that's part of what makes me not want to get a long cable is I don't want to have to unplug it every time because there might not be room to unplug it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No.
Yes. I think the first option is absolutely the worst.
Not yet.
I'll say.
Yeah, I think we can agree on that. It's down to it's going to be a short dongle, and then the question is, do I permanently mount the end of that dongle into the board or not? Essentially,
Right.
I think you try it once and you see how usable it is and how happy it makes you. And
it's going to make me so happy. Phil, like, I purchased this thing and I spent a lot of money on it. I know it's going to make me happy. I've watched all the demos.
The question is, how long will it make you happy?
It's obviously
going to
make me happy. Every piece of gear that I bought has made me happy for a long time.
No, for different amounts of time is the truth.
Or for no time. Leon brought up the fact, he was like, what did you not like about the ES5? Because I bought another ES5. He's like, what did you not like about it the first time? And I was like, to be honest, I never
Literally
even plugged it in.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I bought the ES8 at the same time, plugged both of them in. Neither of them were ever on my board. I plugged the ES8 in to make sure it worked. The ES5, I genuinely don't think I ever plugged it in. And just turned around and sold it because I didn't like the way the bank structure worked. I don't know. It was a confusing time in my life. I'm not proud of, my behavior, but that's the reality of the situation. But I am liking the ES5 a lot. It's a nice piece of kit, as they say.
Who say? Who say?
Oh, I thought you said pousse. It's like, geez, that's
filthy.
okay.
That's filthy.
So I'll probably get a little dongle, a little Sinasoid dongle.
Wow.
Get me taken care of. Get your little use coupon code little dongle at Sinasoid.
Give me the dongle and free my soul. I want to go play some rock and roll with my band. Phil, I'm sorry that I yelled at you. I'm sorry that you made me yell at you.
I'm sorry if you got offended when I yelled at you.
I wasn't.
Yeah, why is Taylor Swift gaslighting people? She's like the classic abuser. Look what you made me do. Filth. Yeah. Get out of here. T Swift. I want to put it out there.
She's the classic abuser, especially because she's a woman. And typically, classically throughout history, they are the more abusive party. In most relationships, I think. It's safe to say.
Cool. Why you gotta go?
Is this your women have it coming argument?
Wow.
This is an...
That's harsh.
I can't even say it. This is our new segment called She Was Asking for It.
False. That's not a
I don't want to wait a minute. I don't want to say our new segment. We could say Cole's new segment.
Phil, I'm pretty sure suggested
I'm actually doing a podcast, a spin-off. It's a spin-off, though. It is officially related to the Gear Slum. But ooh. Anyways.
That's talk about what they're doing to the frogs.
So I just ordered.
That is so funny, Cole. That is so funny, and it's not funny because of how horrible it is. It's funny because we should laugh about how women always have it coming, completely unironically.
I don't get it.
Are we joking?
This is the segment that we've had this for a couple weeks in a row now. This is the point in the show where Aaron has to ask again, are we joking right now?
Wait, are we joking right now?
So as we've been making these horrible and things that we don't actually believe, as we've been saying these terrible things, I ordered some 3-foot dongles.
Phil believes them, but it's okay because he's from a different era.
Yeah, exactly. When I go help him figure out how to turn on his computer, he's going to tell me how great things used to be.
I don't believe them, but my computer might.
Exactly. His computer has a lot of very quaint ideas.
Make my Mac great again.
Quaint ideas.
So I ordered some 3-foot dongles to hold me over till I can buy some.
Just
Sinasoid,
now?
Buy a Sinasoid one.
Oh wait, what? What kind of dongles you bought?
Just on Amazon. I just Googled.
Why you did that?
I just Googled 3-foot dongle. Turned off safe search, and we're good to go.
Wait,
just
because
I need something. My stomp is getting here today. In fact, it might even Might even get here as we're talking.
I'm offended by what's happening right now.
That someone had the gall to go purchase something during the podcast?
How much did you pay for them?
$8 for 2 of them.
Oh, I don't feel that bad anymore.
Yeah.
3 foot, you say?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I probably
That's probably
there
plenty.
There's 2 of them for like $8, and the 1 foot one, it was one of them for $8, but like probably would have been better off with the 1 foot one. I don't know.
The 1
At
foot
a certain
one.
point, it's too long. You know what I'm saying?
Probably would have been better off with the 1 foot one.
I'll be a better off with the 1 foot one.
Did you get right angle or straight?
Right angle on
XLR.
the TRS, straight on the XLR.
Just kidding. I've never seen a right angle XLR.
I have, but it's
life.
highly impractical because, like, it's pretty. Usually, when you're plugging in XLRs, it's like a long line of them. You know.
Wait,
So-
why don't you just get the little like adapters? Are those not good?
Well, especially a right angle one wouldn't be good because it would put a lot of strain on the. You're talking like a single piece that had
Yeah.
XLR on one end. No, it'd put a lot of strain on the connector probably, and where it's XLR and 1/4 inch, especially if it was a right angle, it'd have to be like fairly long, you know.
Yeah, I guess they're pretty big.
Yeah, and usually, I mean, that's why. Well, that's not the main reason. The main reason is because pedals are such different sizes. But you know those little pedal connector guys that are like fixed.
Yeah.
Like those used to be more in vogue than they are now. But it probably has more to do with the fact that pedals are all different sizes and everything. You don't just have a bunch of Boss or Ibanez pedals lined up.
Although I saw a video that this dude did. You know that guy CS Guitars he's like Scottish or whatever.
Yes.
He lined up a bunch and he showed that they were actually like even like Boss pedals. They're not like straight. So like if you put 2 Boss pedals together, they sit at an angle with the adapters. So really it like makes a long line. Like it starts arcing after, you know.
Oh, because you're saying the connector isn't straight.
Yeah, either the connector or like the the actual
or like the
jack.
the pedal like tapers down a little bit or something.
Exactly, yeah. So like they end up, if you make them straight on the board, you're like even putting strain just sitting there.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, isn't it great? So they're just a terrible solution, I would say.
And I saw somebody, well, I guess it was in the Helix group. I remember this Helix group. It's a pretty elite group, people.
Uh-huh.
And someone was looking for these connectors. I don't know why they were wanting to just patch. They were wanting to use their effects loops, but just like physically patch one of the effects outs back in, like directly back in. And somebody makes these little 1/4 inch. It's like 2 connectors that basically come up and right back in. You know what I'm saying? So they're both pointing the same way.
Yeah.
And it's like, first of all, just get a patch cable because, like, you better hope that the connectors are the exact distance apart that you think they are.
Right.
But also, I still don't understand why he was wanting to do that in the first place.
He wasn't trying to like jump channels on like a Marshall or something.
No.
Like
It was on the back of the Helix.
Oh, on the back of the Helix.
Yeah, like it's
why would you do that?
Because he's a stupid man.
Huh. But I really wonder like why he wanted to do that.
I do too. I'll go look it up one of these days, and we'll get to the bottom of it. So, okay. So here's, it was something about like maximizing DSP. Like you could use a certain number of blocks before and after the effects loop, but you had to use the effects loop in order to use them. But it was like, really, you're using like 20 blocks in a Helix, dude.
So you're like tricking it into thinking that you have something in there, even though you don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's weird.
So I am though excited for the Stomp. I'll do like some live streams or something.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would be excited
works.
too if I were you. I'm kind of excited because today I'm supposed to get a pedal from Douglas King friend of the show.
That's very exciting.
Enemy of Phil.
He's not my enemy.
Oh, is he not? He thinks he is, so you might want to clear that up.
I can't imagine Douglas King having enemies.
I mean, he thinks Phil hates him.
You're trying to start crap, and
I'm trying to start a trend of joking on this podcast. We take ourselves way too seriously.
Well, you're trying to start
get away from all our
mean-spirited
serious, unironic, genuine things that we talk about.
You and your mean-spirited trends.
I and my mean-spirited
I will not stand
trends
for
will
your
stand
mean-spirited
for
trends.
everything
This
I want
is
to
part of the
stand
podcast
for.
where
And
Aaron
your podcast
has
can
a segment
be my
called
podcast, and we both
Aaron
have a
Gets
podcast, and this is the
Mean-Spirited.
podcast. So don't even worry about it because it's a podcast. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate.
Go on with your segment.
Go on
Aaron
with your bad
Gets
self.
Mean-spirited. Go on. Let's hear it.
Friend of the show, great friend of Phil, Douglas King,
Doug.
and I came up with a deal.
Is it one of the Duggars?
Yeah. So I have had in my possession for a while.
Speaking
the
of mean-spirited.
Countercurrent.
What if one of the Duggars married one of the roll-offs? That'd be kind of cool. It'd be the crossover event of the century.
I had to think. It took me a while to remember who the roll-offs were.
I don't know who that is.
Little People, Big World.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I now know.
Okay.
No.
I now know. Anyway,
I now know.
So I had the Countercurrent, and I sent that to Douglas King so he could try it out. And he is sending me, or he has sent me, and it was meant to arrive on Monday, but it hasn't showed up yet. The Keeley Caverns, so I can check it out.
Oh, nice.
So excited about that.
Did I have that one?
You had the original one, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
with the tiny knobs?
Yeah. So the V2 is like in a bigger enclosure and it has full-size knobs.
I didn't love the way it sounded, but that I'll be the first to admit it was probably because I wasn't good at setting it up.
Huh.
Because it's a pretty popular pedal, isn't it?
It seems to be, yeah.
It's delay and reverb?
It is, yes. So I have the Surf Rider on my board all the time, which is like my kind of natural sounding reverb, I would say. So I'm kind of intrigued in putting something else that, like, I wouldn't want to add another reverb, but if I had a reverb and delay, I feel like I would do that and be happy. So I'm hoping I like the delay side a lot.
And you can switch them independently?
Yes, I believe so.
The Surf Rider is a solid gold pedal, right?
It is, yes.
Nice. They put out, I don't know, they've been around for a long time, but for whatever reason, their stock in my mind continues to grow over time, where a lot of pedal companies I kind of just get bored with.
Yeah, they put out some really cool like stuff in the recent times. That was a really hard way
in the
to
recent
say that.
times.
Recently.
In the modern era.
Yes. In the modern era, they have done that.
So I should give a shout out to Jason Fuzzmonger, because he's the same way, where we're some of us are doing the 60 cycle hum, the Secret Santa thing.
Uh-huh.
And so there's a thread where people are all posting all their pedals, and so people wouldn't send them a pedal they already have. And Jason posted a picture of all his pedals, and I was like, holy crap, you have so many, said like pedal goals or something like that. And he messaged me right away, hey, just so you know, if you ever want to borrow one of these, he was like, ask Aaron. I have a pretty liberal loaning policy, because apparently he's loaned one to you before.
Yeah, he sent me the DKHD.
Oh, that's the
KDHD.
KDHK.
I don't know what it's called. KHDK. That's what it is. KHDK. The Kurt Hammett DK. DK. And I still have it. I need to send it back.
Maybe that's what it was. It was like
it was a subtle dig.
It was a subtle dig, but he's clearly not like broken up about it, which is cool.
No.
And also, that's not like he has like a bunch of Metal Zone pedals, and it's like if it was one of those, then yeah. But
yeah,
of course, at the same time, he's probably not like itching to get that thing back on his board or something.
Right, exactly. If someone were to send me, by the way, if you're listening to this and you haven't sent it out yet, you're too late. But if someone were to send me like a Waza metal zone, I would be super into that.
Yeah, I was looking at metal zones the other day.
Nice. Wait, how much do they cost?
You can get them on Reverb for like $20.
Do you know how much the new one is?
I think it's still $100.
Oh, then do not send me that. I mean, send it to me, but not for the Secret
Send
Santa.
it in addition to something else.
Yes.
Yeah, Guitar Center has them for $100. I think the DS1 is $50 now. But yeah, I was watching that video with Rabia. He did with that pedal show did a video all about Metal Zone and like all the mod options, and then like some popular like takeoffs of the Metal Zone. And like the number one comment was like, "You guys suck at playing metal." So they had Rabia on, and holy crap, that dude! It's so fun. Like, I don't know anything about metal and don't really like listening to it in general, but watching him just mess around on a Metal Zone is freaking awesome. Because he's an amazing metal player.
Yeah, he's really good.
So yeah, it made me want to get one. I thought about putting the Red on my board, which is a HM2 clone, which apparently is very different than a Metal Zone, but I don't know. They look similar.
That's the heavy metal. Speaking of playing and metal, there's something metal you need to play. Guitar. And those are strings.
A guitar?
Strings.
Oh, okay.
In order to play guitar, you need metal strings. And why not get all nickel strings from the Gabriel Tenorio String Company?
What kind of strings are those, Phil?
Oh, nickel.
It's a palindrome, actually. All nickel.
All nickel.
Oh,
that's not
all
a
nickel. You could say all nickel, or you could say
all nickel is not a palindrome.
all nickel.
Yeah, it's not even.
I love not even close. Like,
no.
There's no part of it.
It just has all at the beginning and end, but they're both in the same direction. Like the all isn't even inverted on the end.
Uh-oh, Cole. Huh. You've stepped into the realm.
Are you questioning my palindrome?
You've stepped into the realm of Aaron's master.
You moron.
Master's degree.
You got a master's degree in palindromes.
I do.
I should just
palindrome.
stick to the
took a whole
difference
freaking
between
class on it, bro.
weight and mass.
The nickel strings are really cool, and they're slightly different flavor from what you're used to, which is cool. So do it; it's worth it. If you're looking for that,
what flavor? What flavor are they?
Nickel flavor. If you're looking for that last minute stocking stuffer for,
and as a reminder, I had this
friend.
conversation with my brother the other day.
They actually do make a great gift because they're expensive and people don't want to buy them for themselves, but people will love them. So sorry, go ahead.
It's actually a really good point, but they're also like in the realm, like $20 to $30. That's like,
yeah, they're not like a crazy gift.
Yeah, it's not like only your spouse who would be, who you'd spend that much on.
Yeah,
that'd be like sibling gift territory or whatever.
Yeah.
So, my brother built an acoustic guitar, which is pretty awesome. He took. There's a builder locally who offers like, this class where you basically come and learn how to build a guitar. And he was buying some strings, and so I had to remind him he was getting some Gabriel Tenorio strings, and I had to remind him that on the acoustic strings, he ends the wind before the tuner.
Yeah, my nickel strings are like that too for electric.
Oh yeah, and they actually are on mine too, which is really nice because on my Equits, the tuners are really short because they're locking tuners.
Oh yeah.
But if you have like the full wind around it, meaning, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like there's not really any room for the string to wind around the post. So having it end short like that is actually really nice. But it's important to remember because Phil had this conversation, and I think lots of people, because you've never seen a set of strings like that, your first thought is like, oh, great, they screwed something up on my strings,
right. It's not long enough. He says it's actually like better stability because there's less room for slippage around the post.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's no surprise. Like, that's how Like that's how piano strings are. That's how harp strings are.
Yeah, and the only reason that most of them are made that way is just because they're all on machines, so they just go.
Yeah, and it's easier to just cut. Just let it run.
Yeah,
let it run.
Let it run all night. Anyway, so don't be freaked out. As long as the fat part makes it past the nut, you're okay.
I actually have that stitched on a
I like
pillow
that,
in my
Aaron, I like
bedroom.
that you sang it. Don't be freaked out.
As long as the fat part gets past the nut.
I wasn't even singing. I just have a very,
okay.
I just have a very musical voice. I have a lilt to my cadence and speech.
A lull.
I speak in waltz, is what it is.
So you mentioned the Surf Rider is like a mainstay on your board.
Yes.
But, I think you and I go through more pedals than Phil. Phil, I don't even know why he's on this podcast, because he doesn't buy nearly enough pedals and then sell them immediately after.
Right.
But what are the other mainstays on your board that just don't ever leave?
It's pretty much just that. And the party animal kind of goes on and off, but I always want it on there unless I have a small board for something specific. And the wave cannon, probably those three.
See, I'm thinking about putting the wave cannon. For me, the 50-50 has since the day I got it, and the Harbinger, the Matthews Harbinger. I've had those on my board, but lately, as I've shuffled things around. I put the party animal on there a couple months ago, and I haven't wanted to take it off since.
I really need to find something like the 50-50 that's more like a lower gain kind of drive that I can just use.
You honestly should just get a 250.
I probably should.
They're like $40 or something, and I had one for a long time, and I really liked it. And the only reason I sold it is because I got the 50-50. I have my 50-50 set up. I have a tall barefoot button on one side. And so that's the side I pretty much use most of the time. And then the other one is on the edge of the board, so I can hit it without hitting the other one. But that's the one I rarely use.
Phil, do you have a 5050?
No. What is that?
A 50-50?
Oh, no, I do not. I sold it.
Oh, okay.
It is and especially when you see
I liked
Steve
it a lot.
selling his for $300
I just
or
couldn't
something
resist the
like
flip.
that.
Yeah.
I know it is I don't know. Yeah, I don't begrudge anyone for selling it, but I haven't talked to anyone yet who was that's a dumb pedal that I just didn't like,
Right.
Because it just sounds really good. I mean, it's probably similar to a tube screamer in the sense that it has very wide appeal. It's a different sound than a tube screamer, but
I feel very confident in Leon's ear.
I know, honestly, and I think
I would trust him with anything pretty much.
He tests a lot with, he has access to a lot of different amps and guitars and stuff like that. But especially since the Pelotar, it's I have more faith in stuff he puts out than almost any builder out there. Probably than any builder, honestly. Phil?
Yes.
Has your board changed at all in the last, say, year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, I thought you were joking when you were saying all that stuff about Phil.
You don't go through a ton of pedals though, do you?
I mean,
I think he just doesn't care about overdrive is the thing.
Okay,
yeah.
maybe that's more what it is.
Yes, that's what it is. I don't go through overdrives the way you guys do.
Whoa, what do you mean, you guys?
I mean, you two extremely younger than me gentlemen.
Oh, you whippersnappers.
Kids these days.
Yeah.
Are you calling us ne'er-do-wells?
No.
Okay.
So the newest... Okay, so I currently have in my possession the TC Helicron Play Acoustic and the TC Helicron Play Electric. And I'm going to return the one that I like the least.
Oh, that's right.
Which one do you like the least?
They're both. It's the Voice Live, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Yes.
They have too
I don't
many.
know.
First of all, the TC, the acoustic and electric and whatever, the vocal pedals, they've done a really bad job of branding, similar to the.
Yeah, because they have the voice.
Stuff.
Well, they have the Voice Live, which is just the vocal processor, and then they have the Voice Live Play, which is the acoustic and electric ones, I think.
Yeah, but when you Google them, like the names are all interchangeable, and you can't find anything. It's like this is for this, this is for this. They don't do that.
And there have been a couple versions of one of them and not the other.
Maybe they all work the same.
Right. Yeah. So,
so you don't need
listen
separate websites.
Listen to Aaron trying to talk like he knows what he's talking about, Phil. What a doofus.
The other thing is,
my understanding
just like they're.
is that
sorry.
My understanding is that the big difference between the two that I currently have in my possession is the acoustic one has more like acoustic simulators, and
wait, what?
On the reviews that I've listened to, like people say it makes their acoustic sound super, super good.
So not acoustic simulators in the sense of like making an electric guitar sound like an acoustic, but it has a lot of acoustic effects that are catered specifically to an acoustic guitar.
But so that body res, you ever see that body res pedal? I think that comes from the algorithms that are in the Play acoustic.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the Play acoustic has a body res like setting in it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I'm not super excited about that, except for the fact that the last time I played at that coffee shop, when I listened back through, my voice sounded fine and my guitar sounded like garbage. Yeah, and my guitar should not sound like garbage. And then a friend of mine who had,
for some reason, it didn't affect anyone's enjoyment of the show.
Well, yeah, but a friend of mine,
no one enjoyed the show, regardless.
Who an equally nice guitar.
I kid.
Her guitar sounded amazing, and she was playing through one of these with that thing turned on.
Yeah, I think like acoustic, especially if you don't have like a ton of control on your like onboard preamp, whatever, you're so much in the hands of the guy out there.
And if you have an undersaddle pickup, they're always going to sound crappy, but there are like good pedals that can make them sound good nowadays, more so than there were 10 years ago.
But so here's the thing: the acoustic one is only XLR out. So if that one turns out to be my favorite of the two, then that means I'm going to have Sinasoid make me some custom XLR to.
What are you trying to do with it, though?
I want my guitar to have. I want to have my pedals and my guitar signal.
Where are you trying to go out to it?
Oh, you're talking. You're saying it
of it too.
Like, wouldn't you just put that at the end of your chain?
He's saying, why is the XLR a problem? Why would you want something else?
If I put it at the beginning of my chain, then it can't harmonize with my voice.
Of your chain.
Right?
Huh?
The whole point of
you're not going to put it before your vocals.
Go on, Aaron.
I mean, you literally cannot put it before your vocals.
You plug both into it. You plug your mic into it. And
you're asking if he's going to implant it into his abdomen.
But I'm saying how
Is that what you're saying,
how will it
Aaron?
not, like, at no point will it be before your voice. So
he never said that.
He said if he puts it at the beginning of the chain, it won't harmonize with his voice.
For his guitar, if he puts it,
Aaron,
if he puts it at the end of his chain, it'll have all these effects on it, and it will be harder for it to harmonize with his voice because it uses the guitar to see what chords he's playing, so to know how to harmonize. Is that what you're saying,
yes,
Phil?
That is what I'm saying.
Oh, but you said if you put it at the beginning, you said if you put it at the beginning, it won't harmonize. But you meant
at
Aaron. The end.
Tell me what I meant.
I'll tell you what you said.
Tell me what I said, and tell me what I meant.
I'll tell you what you said.
And Cole and I will listen to you.
What you said is if I put it at the beginning, it won't harmonize with my voice.
I don't.
That's what you said. I don't know. That's obviously not what you meant now.
We'd have to roll back the audio, but I did not hear it that way. I heard him saying it has to be I think what he meant is if he puts it at the end of his chain. I can't.
I'm not going to speculate what he meant because I got in trouble before when I said that. I got yelled at. So that's what I heard.
So what you're saying,
I'm sorry.
But I think it's important, like, what other pedals are you trying to put on your acoustic guitar before it hits this guy?
All of the pedals.
But why, I guess, is the question.
For musical terrorism, first and foremost.
I know, so I think that's where the fundamental
Wait, but you don't want them
problem
before,
comes
though,
in,
right? You want them
is that
after.
This pedal caters more to somebody who's trying to make good music, and it's not really set up to handle somebody who's actively trying to antagonize the people that he's playing for.
Right, and so here's my thing: is I'm actively trying to antagonize my fans,
your patrons,
also, and any passersby.
So what
I
is
end up doing
scenario
is
where
I
you're...
end up actively antagonizing the design of the pedals I buy. By when they say, "Here's what this pedal's for," I go, and then I make it do something else.
So you're using pedals that the reason that it's screwing with the vocal harmony is because you're using either pitch shifting pedals or some kind of modulation pedal or a distortion or something.
Chorus, delay, reverb.
And because it only has an XLR input, you can't put it at the beginning, or XLR output, you can't put it at the beginning of the chain, which you wouldn't want to. I mean, you wouldn't want to send line or mic level audio through guitar pedals anyways. I mean, you probably get it to a level where it would make sense, but I don't know.
Anyway, my point is, what I was trying to say is that the electric version has 1/4 inch both in and out.
But that's because it's meant to be like you're plugging it into a guitar amp, not into a PA.
Right, but they both have the voice stuff, and they both have the mic in, and they both listen to your voice and harmonize the guitar, the voice based on the guitar chords, right?
I don't know, because in my mind,
they both
if you're
do
looking,
that.
I don't know why.
No, I'm telling you, they both do that.
Okay, but I guess what I don't totally understand is why they need to be. Well, what kind of harmonies are you doing?
What do you mean?
Like, I guess the idea is that depending on where you are in a chord progression, it's not always like. Sometimes it would be a fourth, and sometimes it'd be a fifth, or something.
Yes, that's why it listens, and if
unlike Aaron, am I right?
So you play a chord, and you sing, and you're singing and playing, and it's listening to both your voice and the chord, and it decides what the harmonies are based on the chords.
I think what
in real
you
time.
actually want is to just get like, well, I don't know. I think the Voice Live Play acoustic is meant to be like an all-in-one. You plug your guitar into it, you plug the PA into it, and that's your whole setup. I think what you want is a vocal harmonizing pedal separate from and then like a body res pedal or something.
Yes, but the one that I had that did vocal harmonizing, and while listening, it's the, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the TC
it's called
Electronic,
like the vocal harmonizer. It was one of the versions of that, wasn't it?
Probably, but it's the smaller one with just one foot switch, and that one.
It's the Harmony Singer.
That sounds right.
It is right.
Thanks, Aaron. That was a
So that one
interjection there, Aaron.
That one does only that, and then it does a couple. It has a couple things that can color your guitar if you want, but there's only one foot switch on or off, and so it's turning everything on or everything off, depending on how you have the knob set up. But the problem is, like, when I looked at all the reviews, the processing power for the vocal harmonizer stuff is not as good in that one as in these ones. And so I thought I'd give it a try.
Do you still have that other one?
No, I sold it.
Just because did you like the way it sounded?
Well, it was sort of glitchy here and there.
Oh, okay. Like it wasn't tracking well enough.
Yeah, and which was sometimes it was kind of cool sounding, but it's like it's the kind of thing. It's like, well,
I was gonna say, seems like glitchy is what you're shooting for here.
But the problem is, this pedal sounds super cool, like with this glitchy thing. But you want to be able to control the glitchiness.
Yeah, totally.
So if I want glitchiness, I want to be able to say yes, glitchy.
So it's really about control with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't that what
it's not surprising
any of us are looking for?
I guess. But you're looking to have control over other people, though, too. That's what worries me.
Yeah. Yes. The sound guy.
The audience.
The fans. The audience. The passersby.
The passerbys. So
I'm going to take control and end this podcast right now.
Thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.